Hello my friends, how are you doing today? Because I'm so lazy person, I'm not going to. Oh, just a second. I can hear myself. That's good. So I'm lazy person, and if I do video first and then I need to cut it, and then I need to load it on YouTube, it will pass long time, and so I do a review of Total War Three Kingdoms on the run online. If somebody will be on my stream, which is like seems very unlikely, but if somebody will be on my stream, please ask questions if you would like to know something. I hope to answer all your questions before you even like will be able to ask me. But if I don't, then ask me please questions. Now, I don't have any notes in front of me, so I probably will forget something. I hope I won't, but I will go as detailed as I can. Okay, so I start with the history of Total War games. I'm long time follower of the Total War games, and they go like back, far back to 1990s, I think. And the first games were like Shogun, Medieval, first one, Rome, second Medieval. They were perfect games, like they were greatest game, I think. I think they were best games of this series. Probably, in my opinion, they were the best because sorry, my throat, because they are from my childhood. Okay, then Empire, Napoleon, Shogun 2. So Empire and Napoleon, about Napoleonic wars and wars in Europe, they were also good ones. I like them very much. Shogun about Japan was not so much of my style. I didn't like the style of the game. The conceptions were the same as the previous iterations of games, but I didn't like so much. Fall of Samurai, in my opinion, it's more like DLC for Shogun 2. And they were all good games. Shogun, Medieval Rome, Medieval 2, Empire, Napoleon, Shogun 2, Fall of Samurai, they were great games. And the first fall was on Rome 2. Very frustrating game, lots of crashes into Windows, graphics are bad, the units don't keep formations, they like getting as blobs of units on the battlefield, but very impressive visually if you follow one of your units. Very impressive game if you follow some, like it's like a movie, so this game had its own positives and negatives. For me, the most negative about Rome 2 was that I cannot detach smaller units from the main army. You cannot split your army in two. You need to have general in your army. Generally it's right, and then generally it's wrong, because like if we take any big armies, you can detach any units from it. You can send take your platoon and you can detach it off of the main army. So this idea, when you cannot detach any armies from it, from your units from army, I think that was the worst idea Total War series had, because it becomes the game becomes very inflexible, very straight line, like streamlined. So Attila was better, kind of, but still had lots of crashes for me into the windows, and especially when I'm in Attila, when I was getting close to the end, like when I captured all land, it started crashing on me. I don't know why. It's not. I'm not familiar with the technical details of these games, and just this and these games were very unstable for me. Some people said that it's very stable for them, never crashed, but for me, at least, it was always crashing. Because of the bad experience I had with Rome 2 and Attila, I never bought Warhammer 2 and Thrones of Britannia, so this I never went through this game, so I cannot say anything about these games. And Three Kingdoms. I don't know why, but I think maybe style-wise or something, this game piqued my attention, and I decided to buy it. And I didn't regret it. So if we look at my channel, right, the past couple of days I was streaming it, I have 1 like. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Somebody gave me a like. I appreciate it. So the only thing you need to know about this game, probably, most likely, and you can like stop watching after I'll say it, because that will characterize this game. If you stay with me, that would be nice. But the most important thing you need to know about this game is, you see that streams for 1 hour and 35 minutes, 1 hour and 57 minutes, right? So that's total 3 hours. And guess what? This total 3 hours of the stream was the only first turn in the game. Not 2, not 3 turns, that was only 1 turn. That 12 hours I was streaming this game, they passed through like very unnoticeable for me. I didn't have too many spectators, but I was enjoying the game. That was important for me. So that was very important probably to know. So that characterizes the game probably. So that gives lots of positive feedback about this game. Just a second, let me drink tea. Nice. Okay. So let's go to a game itself. And I'll try to go in detail view. I'll try to keep my review of this like very short, like maximum 30 minutes. Well, very short. I don't know, like, is it very short or not, but it's 30 minutes, okay? If I go over it a little bit, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's scene. Now this game, Total War Three Kingdoms, it doesn't have any crashes, and it's very stable. Loading times are very good. Like, it's just like when it goes like first time load, it's a little take long time. But then after this it goes like very quick. Loading times are very good. That's because probably they will leave some information in the RAM, so it becomes like after one time you load, it becomes quick loads. So style wise and graphic wise, very good, impressive. I would say like 10 out of 10, except on a battlefield, probably 9 out of 10, because it's a little bit grayish everything. Okay, so let's not. I will not go through the menu. I just go to the game because that's standard. Nothing nothing bad or really good about it, except you have multiplayer. You have multiplayer for the battle, or you have multiplayer for the campaign. And that's what would interest me, but not right now.
You have suffered an injury that, whilst not fatal,
so I played for
will
one faction
require
so
you
far.
to rest and recuperate. Your immediate future will be absent
The
of
one
battles and glory.
negative thing I could,
But there is still
well,
much
it's not negative,
important
it's
work
positive.
to do,
But in the
directing
same
your
time,
grand
it's negative.
strategies across China.
The game is so big, is so huge, that I love it so much. But it will probably take, for me, forever to finish one faction play through. So that's a positive, but it's a negative. But I would like that you go more into this, into more deep and a more complicated game, because right now it feels like it's not just streamlined game. It feels like chess in ancient China. So it feels like you play in chess, and that's very important feel for me. It's not just like, you know, it's not just a game, or like it's not just like a video game. It's, for me, it's like a chess. You think, you make mistakes, you redo it, and that's what I like most about this. So on the map, very good style view, very good view, and the map is huge. So this yellow area is what I was able to capture in how many hours? 3 hours, 4 hours? In 15 hours, around 15 hours. And you see there's like still, that's like keep going. So I started the game in the middle of the map, so I'm not using naval yet. But they do have navals battles, probably, most likely, because they have, maybe not. I don't know about this yet, okay? They probably, most likely, like in every other Total Wars. I hope I will not get disappointed. So what's about it? So we have our leader, who we need to improve to the emperor. One negative thing about it: we can only have 7 armies till we reach the king. I don't know how many armies we will have after we reach emperor level, but on a king's level we can only have 7 armies. That's negative thing for me, because I used to have like lots of armies. Small armies, big armies, like in Napoleonic Wars. So maximum armies you can have, as it seems so far, is 7. The armies can consist only of 3 leaders, and these leaders can have only 6 units. So the overall number of units in army, including generals, is 21. So 6, 12, 18, and plus 3 generals, so 21 units. On the battlefield you can have 21 plus 21 units. You can have 2 armies in the same time, and so you can have 42 units in the same time on the battlefield, including generals. But if you count in only units, you can have 36 units, if I'm counting right now. You have family trees, which is so far for me is not so detailed. I mean, family trees here is not so detailed, but I think it will grow larger. You have leader, you have son. You see, I married my son to one of the generals. That's general. And so I expected them to have children at last. He is already 36 and she is 33, so it's time to have children, okay? So here you have court, which is not detailed. I don't know if it will go deep. I don't think so. I think it's like will be the same. In previous iterations of Total War, I think that the court or faction, how you can call it, prime ministers and blah 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 titles were much deeper than this, but still it's good. They are demanding, the generals can demand like the rise to the level, and they go negative. Like if we see this, right, that if we look at this general, he's happy so far. But let's look at if somebody is unhappy for me. So you see his person is not so much happy because he wants to get higher position in court. So he wants to go. I didn't set him higher because I don't have any places for him yet to go, and he goes unhappy right now for me because he wants to go like into the better position. He's not general or something. He wants to be somebody. So the people in your tree or in your court, they can have all different characteristics. They can have different wishes. They can have disregards for each other. They want to argue with each other. Some of them very good friends, some of them not so good friends. Maybe some of them will be like bad enemies. And so that makes it more complicated, which is like very positive. Like if I disregard his wishes, he will go very negative for me. The one negative thing for me, and they try to negotiate it, the people who made this game try to, well, it's a general phrase, but sorry for it. The developers of this game, they try to negotiate this tree because diplomacy can get very complicated and very deep and very slow. The diplomacy for me like got me slowed down because there is lots of people who can, factions who you can communicate with, and it takes time for like they changing all the time. So I can go and negotiate with this one. I have already non-aggression pact with this in military access, but I think I got with this person I got military access and so it's not needed anything else right now. But if you go to this faction, right, I can do non-aggression pact, military access, then I can do alliance with this person, then I can do trade, or maybe trade territory with him. Maybe I can trade some things with him, like personal belongings. Can do food trade, can do just payments. There's like deep diplomacy, very deep diplomacy, and it's changing each turn, and it becomes very cumbersome. I like it. It's very bad for the stream, but if you play the game on your own, it will be deep and like it's going to be very interesting. And they're always like getting, like, you will meet new factions and you get into more factions and it gets more deep. One thing is also makes it complicated is the factions by itself. You see how this faction is like neutral to every other faction except it fights with this one. And if we look at the different faction, it's already like fights with different person, has coalition with different factions, so it gets very complicated. And if you see on my faction, right, I don't make pact with some of the factions. Like this faction I could make a pact, but this faction is fighting with some of my friends, so if I will make pact or alliance with these factions, my friends will go bad relationship with me. So it's lots of details into it in diplomacy, and they try to make it easier. They try to make it easier with the quick deals. You can very quickly look up who you can deal, who you can do peace treaties, who can you do non-aggression pacts, military access, like there's positively, like you can do this. But again, some of the factions, they like fight with each other, and so if you make alliance with one faction, your friends can go like bad towards you, so it can have consequences. Also, what I need to say, and let me think how can I say it, and let me drink very quick tea. Very nice. Okay. So lots of talk, I know. The panel's very informative. You can see who you can make peace treaties, who you are in war with, who you like, who is just angry at you. Very informative. They made it very good, these things. Okay, so go to the tree, technological tree. Very stylish, very nice looking. You see these leaves grows. This technology, again, very stylish and very informative. These technologies I already passed through. They already, I researched them. The technologies, this, if you see the colorful things, that means I can do them next. This is how much technology I'm researching right now. 5 turns left. And the grayish, kind of like white ones, are technologies which I cannot research yet because I need to reach them. Very informative. I don't know if it's too few, in my opinion. I would wish they have more, because I like more complicated games where you need to think which technology you can go for next, or like what you need to do next. In my opinion, they could go for more technologies, but that's what it is we have right now. Maybe they will improve on it, I don't know. For me, the most fun part in this game is the spy thing. What I like about it is I heard the spy and I was not expecting too much of it, because in previous game the spy was like can harass armies and everything, but that was not made so much fun. But here they made it like they improved it like upon it like very tremendously, and it becomes really fun. So I have a spy, right? Let's go here. And first of all, I need to notice something before we proceed further with this. So if I go into my family tree, no, just a second, where he is? Where's my spy? Just a second, no. If I go to here, this is my spy. And just a second. Oh, come on. Oh, okay, where's he? Aha, here we go. No, why? Here we go. So you see, a characteristic of this spy is very negative towards me right now. Because of why? Because he desires higher court position. So the one thing I don't understand about it is how can I play, you see, minus 36 desire of like high court position. How can I move him anywhere if I don't see him here anywhere? It's not him, it's not him, it's like this candidates, he's not among them. Just what's the name of my Ruan Yu. So Ruan Yu. So he is nowhere to be found. So, and also that would be a little bit later. And also I cannot improve his level because he's not getting experience, because right now I'll tell you why. Because he's right now spying on Yuan Shu faction. Not just spying. He is ruining this army. Look, so so you have points which you gain through the turns here. That grows slow for me. See, that's green arrow upwards. That grows quicker. You can spend these points to grow these points quicker. You see this one built on the undercover network, that this spends these cover points to gain this undercover network. My goodness, I need to drink tea again, sorry. I hope I'm not spending too much time, but the game is so detailed. That's what I like so much. So you gaining these points and you gaining these points, and you can spend on different things here. So you can ruin his trade power. You can go interfere with his counter spine attempts. You can discredit character. You can ruin the reputation of this leader. You can ruin reputation of the faction. You can do lots of things, and you can do some nasty things with his army. You can poison army. Where is that? Poison military provisions. You can do what I did. You can become, your spy can become one of the generals in the opposite faction army. He can become general, and so I suspect if I go in in a battle with the army of this faction, where's my spy is, they just don't come to the battlefield. So he would have, instead of 3 armies, he would have only 2 armies. You can become, if I open this panels here, I can become one of his family member. I can become one of his court member, and I suspect, I'm not sure about it, wait a second, my spy can become a leader of this faction. I don't know, I suspect it, okay? I suspect it. That would be exciting. That's what I'm going for. So I have lots of fun with my spy in his army. And you can have several spies. You can have not only one spy. You can have, when I will improve my leader's level, I can have more spies. Like here, I can have 3 SPY positions. So you can have lots of influence on other factions with your spies, and I have lots of fun with this. This is records. That's what passed through already. Let me drink my tea. Oh my gosh, I'm talking so much right now. Okay, that is our income, and you can change taxes, and you can have different missions. I completed this mission. Okay. Now you have also this panel where you can see your missions, where you can see your characters. Not this is generals, this is my spy, and this is my court positions here. You can see your armies, you can see your cities or towns or countrysides. And right now, because my taxes so much right now, I'm going to negative somewhere, but that's okay right now. And you can see your other factions. So the overall map is very detailed, but not only detailed, it's also very informative. You can easily see all information you needed. Also, I need to notice that at one glance, you can see what is going on with your towns or cities, whatever you want to call it, or parts of your country. Let's look at one of them. So you have a city, right? First of all, I need to notice that you can see what you build on these panels, here. You can see what you build or if something can be built. So you don't need to go like in all the games. You go through one city to other city to other city, like going listing them one by one and looking what you need to build or what needed to build. You just can overlook it at one glance. But if you want to do this still, you can list it here. You can list it one by one. Okay? Let me sip a water. Okay, maybe the tea is sweet, that's why I'm thirsty very quick. So in the city, you can, the one negative thing for me, because I'm coming from long time ago, Total War player, is you can build only one building at a time, only one structure at a time, and that's kind of negative for me, but I think it's made for the balance of the game, so it's okay. I kind of take it. Also, sometimes, like if your tree of technology is not reach some level, like let's look at it. So if I don't get this one, I cannot build training camp, which will not let me to do like something else. So that's when you researching your tree, you should be very careful. You need to build it towards your aim on the map. Like if you want to build, for instance, something like here, you need to research some technology. So you have to choose very carefully what you build on, research on your technology tree. Literally tree. Okay, so that's also like interconnected and very very detailed. Also, you can have one area, I guess. You can have and other faction can have. Okay. So that would be it for it. I'm not sure. Oh, no, it's not it. It's not it for it. So if I go to my characters, they also very detailed and have lots of traits. I can raise their level, and they can have different traits which can open like by opening traits, open by opening previous traits. So you can go open, I can go open this one because I didn't reach it yet. I need to open this first so I can reach this one. And you cannot open just because I need to have points on this character. Also, you can have different items in possession of the character, and plus to it you can, let's go to the faction back, like any faction.
Glad tidings to you.
You can trade these items with other factions. So if I have my sword, right, I can exchange it. If this person have, I can exchange it with cloak or fan, you know. So if they have them in possession. The one negative thing about it for me is that I cannot, well, I can, like if I ask this faction to exchange this thing for water cloak, it's a little high level. These factions will propose me just to pay money for this ox, for this wooden figure. So technically I can sell them, but not on my turns. I can sell them on the terms of other faction. So lots of details also. Did we finish with the characters? Go back from it. Now go back to my character.
We have much
No,
to discuss.
no. Where is my characters? Yo, come on, close it. Characters here. So you have points, right? You have different characteristics of the person. Some of them can be higher, some of them can be lower. He can have negative traits, he can have positive traits. And by the way, red ones does not mean it's negative ones. You need to very carefully look at it to decide if it's negative for you, okay? So that would be it. Viewing world. And so that would be all the map, I think, if I'm not missing anything. Battles. I will not go to battle yet, but I will go to my previously... Oi! I did my move. Okay, that's positive. I did my move. The moves loading is no more long time like it was in Total War Rome 2, I guess. It goes very quick. You can go through loading time very detailed, or you can go less details, or you can go medium. I set on medium. In the options you can do this. Okay, just a second. Let me take a drink. Very quick. So what they want? Trade accelerators, payment. They want to trade with me. No, yeah, you see, he wants to buy wooden oaks. That's I was just talking about. You see, so you can sell it, but you're not going on your terms. You go on their terms. I accept it.
Our talks flow
Deal
as
signed.
smoothly as the river.
And visually, game is impressive. It's not overly impressive because you don't have like big cities here, you know, like, and blah blah blah. You have kind of a little bit washed out map. You see, you see this overglance. This arrow. It says to me that I can build something. in my city. So we close this one. That's peace treaties, which goes on the left side of the screen. That's all your storytellings, like they tell you what happened on this year. So close this. Then you can look at them here. Look at them here, and you can remove them like with your right button. So you see that's arrow. So that means, and you see I don't have anybody anywhere else this arrow jumping, right? So that means I can build something here, and I can build my city further, which is expensive, but that's what I will do. Building can be also come with the negative traits. You see I have minus 24 food, but everything, my goodness, everything else is very positive. You can look at what is initialized here. Okay, let's go to the battles, because probably that's most important part of the game, right? I will not go on the map into battles. I will load my previous battle where I had two of my armies fighting against one army, and in the same time we look how the play feature working, because in the previous parts of the total iterations of the Total War it didn't work. Like you played the battle, right? You saved the your records of this battle, and you go to watch how the battle goes, and it just goes completely different way than it was on your play. So, and sometimes the armies like start like stalking around, you know, they don't move anywhere, they just screaming and dying. So that was funny, but it didn't work. Let's see how they made nowadays this thing. Oh. So where is that? Because I didn't. Advice, interface, camera control, audio, graphics, game settings. My goodness, where is that? Quit the menu probably. Loading times very fast. You see, replace, here we go, replace. And so where is this battle? That's one battle. You see, I played it till 5 a.m. in the morning. I was so involved. Let's watch replay and see how it went for me. Should I spoil it? You see, my armies, I played against one army, but it full developed, with couple of units went down. My army was like nearly ruined because I had previously fought with other army of my opponent, Sun C. It was different one, Shan Yo, something like that. Names difficult here, okay? Names are very difficult here for Europe people, or for American people, or for generally for everybody else except I guess people like from Japan, from China. The names are difficult. Well, I said it's quick loading times, but I guess when they load into memory, into RAM, something new, it's like it takes time. But I bet if I load this record and I go back and I'll try to load again, it will go much faster, because they will live in random access memory. They leave some files in it, I guess.
Look, our reinforcements are on the field.
This is my enemy's army, full developed. They are very strong. the sounds very good. The generals are arguing with each other. I had several times when this guy, no, Jason, why I have only 2 here? No, okay, Hugo, 3. So who is that? This guy. I have this guy mocking these 3 guys. So we don't have speeches like we used to have in previous iterations. It looks epic, right? Woohoo! And so it begins. I always oh, it's freezing a little bit. I always remember from this movie, and so it begins. So this guy mocking these guys, like he's like, oh, you're going to lose this battle. I was like, what? Why you mocking these guys? Don't stop it. And AI is very, I'm playing on hard difficulties. The AI is very clever. Is very clever. I couldn't play this battle like in real time. If I would play this battle in real time, I would lose it. I spoiled it now. I'm sorry. So you see, okay, Jason, let me pause here. What happening here? So this army, right? They saw me that my army, this is very small right now. My army is very small right now compared to this army. And this army was far away from me. And what he do? He rushed on me. He tried to catch my smaller army before my other army can reach me. So the AI, it does very good maneuvers. It does very good maneuvers, and like it's very clever. Let me tell you this. The generals, they always, if I try to pursue them with my other generals, they always try to detach themselves off the fight and try to engage my soldiers from behind. And you will see this. The horses, they using horses like if somebody was using them in multiplayer, like if it was the real person. They coming from behind, attacking, detach from army and attacking again. Very threatening, very scary can be. Generals scary because they detach them and attack them, my army again. So if I would play in real-time army, I would lose. So on my stream, I guess it was boring to watch. You see, I tried to move away them from his army. I realized it, and I was like, oh no, we ran away. Let's go back. That's how it was. And they started before I could run away. They start shooting my army.
Your best is not good enough.
You see, he's mocking right now.
You will need it.
He's mocking enemy right now, but I swear he sometimes mocking my generals also. And I tried to hide my strong horses, like my strong cavalry, and my generals in the woods, so I can attack them from behind. But what he does, he will pull his two units. One of this unit, very strong unit, and these archers onto my armies here, so he can cover his flanks. And so it's all still developing, and notice how like the characters very detailed, graphics are good, AI is good, it's nearly perfect. Why it's nearly perfect? Because I demand more. I want to see like 100,000 armies. That's what I want to see. Like in Napoleonic Wars, there's like 100,000 people armies in the fight. And so I focus my shooting on his archers, because his archers makes lots of damage to me. And okay, let's analyze this one. You see how he rushed his cavalry on my sword soldiers, because they're weak against cavalry. So he pick and choose. So this army, this AI, he pick and choose, and he then in the middle of the battle, once he sees that I engaged my generals into the fight with his cavalry, he will try to pull them off. Boom, and damage he does is like tremendous here. You see, I try to save the time. And remember that I'm pausing here. I'm looking at my army like from the top, and I try to analyze situation, and I try to make my best to negate his tries to annihilate my army. So the AI here is very, very clever. Okay, it's a little bit staggering. The video staggering a little bit, but they fight. This is how I'm fighting. You see, they try to stop myself with this unit, but it was not. They kind of. No. It's staggering a little bit. That's here. They couldn't, but they tried.
The enemy warriors are running. Ha!
They run in. I made it. These battles very detailed. Let's see how it's a little bit still like blobs of the army, but still they keep formations. So I will probably miss lots of my battles, but let's see how they fight. Woohoo! They fight with each other. They fight, die, and they hit each other. They defend, sparring. They literally fight. Okay, replace a little bit staggering. That's unfortunate. These soldiers of mine, they are probably the best in my army, because they were surrounded around. You see how this attacking, his generals attacking my soldiers. There's only one unit, and they defending against them. They died nearly all of them, but they stayed. And he's trying his best to annihilate them, because he knows they're the best. And right now my archers try to help them. I'm shooting his soldiers here. AI is also tricky. Okay. Charge!
Come on! Surely you can do better!
You see, I came from behind with my cavalry. No mercy, and then I pulled them off. And let's see if I can, because you see his general come from behind my cavalry, so he can damage my cavalry. Because he sees that I'm attacking from his soldiers from the rear, so I pulled it back and attack again. Let's see that. Woo! Boom! Boom into them. Yup, that's tremendous damage on his soldiers. And so they couldn't hold anymore, and they ran away, because attacked from behind. One of the soldiers of his, I guess they were good ones, they were surrendered from all sides, but they fight till the end of the battle. I involved one of my general too, but they were fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. I couldn't like
Not taste defeat again.
destroy them till the end of the battle.
Shut up and die!
You see, I'm coming from behind. Boom! That's massive damage. This is probably my best general, and he's trying to recover. He's trying to go back into fight with his soldiers who ran, but they couldn't. They couldn't. This is probably my best general, and she's married at my son. No, not my son, but the son of my emperor. Not my emperor, the son of the emperor. I don't know what if she dies, I'm not sure. And I lost one general in this battle. His generals are very tricky, and so I won. Let's see on the battlefield. Lots of dead people, horses on the ground. You can see residue of the battle. That's like, it's amazing. They're like, whoo! We won, guys! We won! Yes. You see how many my soldiers died here because they were surrounded, and I left. Where are they? I left just few of them, and they could handle. You see, I left just 57 out of 250 or 240.
The enemy
of
general
them.
is fallen. They were no match.
Their generals are very tricky because if you didn't set your like at the start of the battle, you have the option to automatically disengage from any like fight against other generals. So if you don't set that option on, they will challenge your generals into fight, and they pick on the weakest ones. And once your general is dead, your army goes like nuts and they give up. They just run away from the field. If you disengage from the fight, that also will give you like very negative, lots of negative boost to your soldiers' morale. So that's very tricky. You have to keep an eye on it. Very important and very tricky. And if you ask your general to engage with the enemy's general, and enemy's general is the weakest one, they're not picking up that fight. Okay, they're going to be like, nope, I don't want to fight, and then they will run away from your general if you try to attack them. And try to go through their soldiers, so their soldiers will stop. Your general to try to engage their general, and they will run through some pikes units or some sword units. So overall impression of the game is very, very, very positive for me. I would give this game like 9.9. No, I would give this game a 9.5. Let's go this way. 9.5 out of 10. Why not 10 out of 10? Because they don't have 100,000 units armies. But I understand that technically impossible. Right now, I understand that, but I so want that happen, so I'll give it 9.5 out of 10. Okay? But thank you for being with me. If you have question, please ask me. If you have any question, please ask me. Maybe I forgot to cover something. You can kill their generals, you can capture them. At the end of this battle, I had actually the option to save the life of the general, but I was very upset with him because he made lots of damage to my army, so I just executed him. And at the end of the battle you have options to replenish your army. You have option to replenish your funds, and you have one more option to something else. I forgot. You have 3 options at the end of the fight. So that would be it for the game. Thank you so much. Very, very, very good game. I love this so much. It's like a chess in disguise, you know. It's like that perfect game they made. They improved on their older games. They definitely improved on them. The game is not crashing, stable, graphics are good, everything's good. Very clever, not dumb game. Very clever game. That's what I want from games. I want they will be clever. I don't want they will be dumb. I want they will be clever. Takes too much time, but that's you can be perfect, right? Like, and I want it will take lots of times. For some people it will be negative. For some people like me will be very positive. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day. Please give me like. Please, if you don't mind, subscribe, okay? And have a great day. Bye. Let me quit and from it. And have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh, if you have question, please ask me. Should I wait a little bit? Or you can ask me in the comments. That would be probably better, because if you ask questions on the stream, I will not see any questions after the stream. So have a great day. I like you guys. Bye.